Hey guys, so I've been asked to do a short video on pupa and cocoon care, so let's take a look at a few different species and how you would typically care for them in this stage. Now, if you are not already aware, some species of moths do not make a cocoon, but instead they dig into the earth or find some deep leaves as caterpillars and then turn into a pupa. They can either spend a month there or the entire winter, depending on the species. These are known as earth pupators. The soil or leaf litter around them becomes their protective cocoon instead of weaving one like other species. And these particular pupae here are of the imperial moth. Caring for a pupa like this requires moisture and keeping it out of direct sunlight. If this pupa was underground or in leaf litter, it would be in a moist environment until emergence, and that is what we want to recreate. This is why I keep them on moss that is dampened. The moss holds water, and I will mist them once a day or so, depending on the weather. You don't want to overdo it and create mold, just keep some moisture in the area of the pupae. Here's a much smaller species I have. This is the small elephant hawk moth, or D. porcellus. Now, it's really helpful to know what species you have and where it came from, if possible, in order to properly care for it, because there can be differences tied to weather. For instance, the next pupa here is the Rustic Sphinx. These particular pupae are from Arizona, and since it is so dry there, these pupae do not get misted at all. Instead, they are simply kept out in the open at indoor temperatures. You would not want to keep them in a very dry room or have no moisture at all for these, but misting would be too much for this particular pupae. So the care of a Rustic Sphinx from Florida would be different than one from Arizona, even being the same species. And finally, we have Copia cocoons. Cocoons are designed for outdoor protection, so they can be kept outside and withstand all the elements, although mice love to eat them, so you have to keep them protected. Or you can keep them inside when you are ready for them to emerge, and the only thing they need is misting with water either daily or every other day to prevent drying out. If pupae or cocoons get too dry, the moths can emerge with deformed wings. Keep in mind, this is all for species you find in the springtime or for when you are ready for them to emerge. Caring for earth pupators and cocoons over the cold winter poses additional challenges. Many species need to be kept cold over the winter to prevent them from emerging untimely with no mates in sight. Again, the care is highly dependent on the species. Now, all of these will be kept in zippered enclosures that are ready for them to emerge. They can easily climb paper towel or the mesh walls to hang and dry their wings. The Rustic Sphinx here have little paper towel nests to keep them cozy and help trap humidity since they get no misting. Let me put this guy back. And the Copia get some sticks as well, as they seem to prefer that to climbing walls. Now, if you're using a glass or plastic terrarium, make sure you put in some sticks for your moth to climb when it emerges. And even better, you can add one wall of paper toweling hanging, because that's easy for them to climb, because otherwise they will not be able to hang and inflate their wings properly. So if you've enjoyed watching this, please subscribe so you can see what's next to come. And as always, thanks for watching. Oh, and one more thing, if you have any specific questions regarding a species that you need help with, please leave your comments below and I will get to as many as possible.